A team at the University of Maryland and Google DeepMind built one of the largest side-by-side comparisons of human and machine fiction yet. 10,000 prompts, each answered by a human author, and 5 different models. 61,000 stories. Then they threw the prose away. With no word choice, no punctuation, and no rhythm, structure alone still separated human from machine at over 97% of full performance. Everything the internet argues about turns out to be the part that does not matter. Keep one case in mind throughout. In March, Hachette pulled a novel after readers said it looked AI written, and a detector agreed. The author insisted she wrote it. After weeks of investigation, the publisher pulled it anyway, and to this day, nobody can say for certain how that book was written. The style tells everyone, trades online are real patterns, but nearly worthless as proof. The models move. When GPT 4.5 shipped, M-U's dropped sharply. You can fine-tune the style out, and detection falls from 97% to 3%. And humans write that way too, because the models learned it from us. Then the measurement, that should end the confident accusations. Expert human annotators scored between 45 and 53% on a two-way choice, which is a coin. Commercial detectors on the same texts disagreed wildly. One caught 83%, another 29%. Same texts, opposite verdicts. The bias finding cuts both ways. 3 years ago, 7 detectors flagged 61% of second-language essays as AI. A replication this year found the tools genuinely improved. But in the 16-system study, English language learners were still flagged more often. The bias shrank. It did not vanish. When the classifier only sees structure, how plots move and where time goes, it hits 93.2%. Then they ran AI stories through a scrubber built to sound human and reran the test. It dropped just 1.5 points. Style is a cheap edit. Structure is not. 4 markers separated the populations. AI narrators spell out what the story meant. 77% of the time versus 52% for humans. 79% of AI stories had no subplots. Emotion arrives through the body rather than the interior, and it never acknowledges the reader. Read those 4 again, because they are not 4 things. They are one thing described 4 ways. Every marker is the absence of somebody aiming something at somebody else. The classifier is not detecting a machine. It is detecting that no perspective is being shared. So the question worth asking of a text is not, did a machine touch this? It is there anyone in here? Those are different questions with different answers, and only one of them matters. The durable thing was always the perspective, not the vocabulary. Now the case we care about. Many neurodivergent people have intact perspective and the transmission problem. The thought is there, but the expected form is hard. A model that keeps the perspective and adapts the form solves that. A detection regime, though, polices the carrier and cannot tell a translated perspective from an invented one. But there is a real risk on the other side. Hand your writing to a model to clean it up, and it will resolve your unresolved thread, explain your point, and cut the tangent that looked like an error. The smoothing is the flattening. So the useful distinction is which layer the tool is allowed to touch. The caveats matter. This was measured on fiction, not emails, essays, or technical writing, so the leap to workplace prose is ours to justify. And detectors are not useless. They are being used as proof while performing at coin flip and disagreeing by 50 points. The test is now concrete. After the tool, is anyone still in there?